Hi, Katrina here with Agewell Senior Fitness, and today I'm going to be talking about core exercises for seniors that you can do sitting down. Now, I am a big proponent of getting people out of their chairs, but core can be tricky to work if you're not on the ground. And I have several clients who just cannot get on and off the ground due to hip issues, knee issues, or they may just be very fearful of getting on and off the ground at this point. And you're not going to be a very good trainer. You're not going to get very far with your clients if they don't trust you. So sometimes in the beginning, we have to do things sitting in the chair and avoid getting on the ground to get that trust from our clients so they know that when we do get them on the ground that they're safe and we can help them if there are any problems. So these are also very good for your frail elderly adults. Now, frailty, the medical definition of frailty is 3 or more of the following things: unintentional weight loss, 10 pounds in the last year, self-reported exhaustion, weakness, which is measured by grip strength, slow walking speed, and low physical activity. So this group of people you're not going to see walk into your gym. They're going to be in assisted living, they're going to be in their homes, they're going to be in nursing homes. And having a background in PT, I see these people all the time, and I really think that the fitness industry is missing an opportunity to serve these people by becoming in-home trainers that can help get these people a little stronger, live better, longer, safer lives. So onto the exercises. So one of the exercises that I do, I have this 2-pound ball. I picked it up on a clearance rack somewhere, not knowing if I was going to use it or not, and I probably use it 3 or 4 times a day. I love it because it has a little bit of weight to it. But if this is too heavy for someone, you can always use just a regular playground ball. But I like the ball because it keeps both arms involved and you don't get one arm better than the other. I mean, I used to do like clasped hands, but then you can get a stronger arm, making the weaker arm come along. But with the ball, they have to hold on to it. It has a little bit of upper extremity strengthening. One of my favorites is just forward reaching, okay? Working on that hip hinge. I'm gonna sit to the side here. So you're working on the hip hinge here. And you're not flexing at the back, but working on the hip hinge. And I really like that one because that is the beginning of sit to stand. That is the beginning of getting out of the chair efficiently. So working on that forward reaching, sometimes I use my hand as a target for them to touch the ball to my hand because they don't like coming here. They like to be back here where they feel safe. They come here and they feel like they're gonna fall. So you're working on that core strength, that beginning to sit to stand, and I do this with so many of my clients and patients. The next 2, you have to be careful because if you have anyone with osteoporosis, these are contraindicated because of the spinal motion that you're doing. But I like them, really, really love them for my Parkinson's clients because you can work on loosening up your torso before you go into an exercise program. So just rotation, side to side. Make sure that you cue them to move at the body and not this. This is not the same thing. Make sure they know. Sometimes I'll get back behind them at their shoulders and just help them give them a little extra rotation. Gets them loosened up. Again, osteoporosis. Anyone with osteoporosis, you would not do this exercise with. The other one that I really like is flexion and extension. Have them spread their legs a little bit apart, reach the ball to the floor, and then lift the ball up over their heads, down to the floor, over their heads. So you're working on trunk flexion and extension, and be sure that they're not leaning up against the back of the chair because then they're not getting that trunk extension, working on their extensor muscles. So those 3 exercises I do with so many of my clients and patients. I really like them for Parkinson's patients and strokes. Anybody that's had a stroke, I love it because you have to hold the ball. If they're able to hold the ball, sometimes they're not able to hold the ball, but they have to hold the ball with both hands. So if they've got a weak hand, it has to participate. And then you have using both upper extremities to move the ball in all the directions that you're going. Another seated trunk exercise that I use is the seated woodshop. So I'll just, again, with my 2-pound ball, I use this all the time. So have them come up and go down, and come up and go down. Again, not resting on the back of the chair. A lot of times I have to give them visual cues, my hand up here, touch my hand here, touch my hand there, so that they know where to go, because they will do this. They will not get their trunk into it, but that's why we're here, is to guide them and doing things the correct way. And sometimes it takes several sessions to get people moving in the directions that you want them to move. Another one that I like to do is just the alternate upper extremity and lower extremity lift. You would be surprised how many people have trouble with this exercise. The coordination of it, I like it because you're using both sides of your brain at the same time. You would think that reciprocal motion would be so easy, but I find for this clientele, they really struggle with it in the beginning. So sometimes I actually have to move their hands with their leg for them to make sure that they're using the right arm for the activity, because they will do one-sided. It's just interesting to me. So I like that activity because you're working your core. Again, they're not leaning against the chair, they're sitting up tall. A lot of times they're leaning way back because they don't have the core strength to hold themselves up. And you can work on that as you go. I also like what I call toe heel taps. So you can do it with one leg, just heel toe taps, but I like to do it with two legs, heel toe taps, and then sometimes I'll have them do an alternate. Again, not leaning on the chair. So they're having to engage that core to hold themselves up. Something I do in standing for balance, but you could do it in sitting for core strength, is just ball taps. Maybe the heel toe taps are too hard for them, but the alternate ball taps with the toes, sitting up, holding their core strong, and doing some sort of activity where they only have one leg to support them. So those are some very basic core exercises sitting in the chair. If you have any questions, you can contact me at agewellseniorfitness@gmail.com. And don't forget to subscribe to these videos so you can get more good advice on working with seniors. And let me know anything else you'd like to see. So until next time, bye.